Hey guys, it's Jeff, and today I just got my Rad Rover from Rad Power Bikes. We're gonna put it together and take it for a test drive, and I'm gonna let you know what I think about the bike. So to be 100% truthful, before I started this video, I actually took the bike out, took the battery off the bike, and put it on the charger. The reason for that is that I want to enjoy the bike tonight after I build it, and I didn't really have time to leave it to charge while I was doing that. So since the bike comes with the battery on it, I sort of staged this whole part of the video and took the battery off before I started. So obviously I'm going to be putting together the bike, but while I'm at it, I'm going to show you some of the accessories that I bought for it that I'm also going to be installing or using today. This one is actually the box that all the accessories that come with the bike are packed in. So I've already taken out the power supply, charged the battery, taken out the toolkit, pedals, the headlight, some bolts, and the manual. Obviously, I'm also going to be installing this beautiful tire pump, this bike lock, this cell phone holder, and this mirror. Before we get onto any of that though, I'm going to be unwrapping the bike using my trusty pliers. I'm going to be putting the bolts to pull the handlebar. This is a pretty nerve-wracking experience so far because there are so many tie wraps and they're pretty tight. So when I'm clipping them with my pliers, I'm always afraid that I'm going to break something or otherwise damage the bike. So far so good. Taking these bolts, putting the washers in before I actually put them in the bike. Putting the first bolts now. Put the next pattern just to get the thing to hold. I don't really need to tighten them down any more than that. That's probably a good time to talk about the toolkit situation. Apparently you got a bunch of tools in there. Got some spanners. There you go. Allen key. We got those loosely in there. We're gonna take the rest of the packaging off. And we got something that's starting to look like a bike. The thing I'm gonna do now is take off the seat. Just so I'm gonna have a good view of the rear. Belt works. The protective cover from the derailleur speed indicator. It says it's on 7. It does look like it's in gear 7, so that's good. The chain does look a bit loose. The derailleur looks to be in place and tight. I'm going to leave that like that for now. Protection from this. And I guess I'm going to set up the handlebars approximately how I would want them to be. But assume somewhere like that will be my target, so I'm going to tighten those down. Tighten them down in the X pattern. They recommend they should be 10 pounds. I have a bar that tells me how much force I'm applying to bolts, but it's way too big. It's used for car tires. So I'm just gonna wing it for now. Anyway, Rad Power Bike really recommends that you get this bike assembled or at least inspected by a professional, which I am most definitely not. As such, I am probably going to get the bike checked out at a local bike shop either tomorrow or sometime this week just to make sure it's in good shape. Obviously, I'm going to do as much of the checking that I can. I do have a bit of experience with cars, as you may know. Alright, we're going to get started with the pedals. Okay, so apparently this grooved one is the left one. This one is the right one. So I'm going to put in the left one first. I'm going to do the right one. I'm going to go back in there, install the front headlight. This is going to be the biggest pain in the ass. Okay, I think I figured it out. So yeah, this is by far the biggest pain in the ass of this whole procedure. Got this adjusted approximately now. Torque. And then we're going to simply plug that in. That's the light plugged in. Try to drop this little connector here, or it's protected somewhat. We got the light, we got the pedals. Everything seems to be pretty much in place, except for the wheel. These covers That sorted out. Now I'm going to have to take off this plate off the bike and get ready to set up the wheel. What I'm gonna do, I'm gonna place some of this protective material on the floor. I'm gonna turn the bike on its head. I think it's gonna be easier to install that way. Turns out this is actually a whole lot easier from this side. Who knew? Alright, so both brakes work. So we got that portion all set up. Bike is now complete. Brakes work, this works. This is looking pretty good. I'm gonna set up this seat a little better. Now the seat is tilted towards the back. Not liking that too much. I'm gonna undo the bolt underneath the seat if I can. There we go. I'm gonna angle that slightly more towards the front and tighten that back down. Seat back in there. So now it's time to put the battery on. All right, we got the battery. Appears to be working. Before we get too far ahead of ourselves though, I'm gonna install the mirror. Getting a bit annoyed with Allen wrenches, so we're gonna pull out the drill. Tighten that down here. Next thing I'm gonna be putting on is my cell phone holder. Tighten that down. I'm gonna fit the phone on there right now. Have it sit on there, see how that feels. I'm gonna preload my fork now all the way up because this is not strong enough for a guy like me. I guess now I'm going to inflate the tires, go for a ride.